Yo, what is good YouTube? So today we're reacting to another Sunny V2 video. I think we reacted to one a few days ago, or a few weeks ago, I don't know. But this is Meanest VS Nicest Celebrities. It came out a few days ago. Sunny V2 makes amazing content, obviously, so if you're not already, go subscribe to him. No, yeah, this looks pretty interesting, so I'm pretty excited. Make sure to like, comment on the video, subscribe, all the good stuff. You know, join the Discord if you want, follow the Twitch, whatever over there all the time, and let's just get right into it.
Five nicest celebrities and who were the five meanest.
I can tell you who the meanest one I ever met was.
Alright, let me minimize my stuff here. I don't want it to be in the way too much. Alright, that's fine. Oh, piss off. I don't think I changed literally. Bro, I'm not right clicking. Why is it doing that? There we go. Sorry about that.
Her name is Ellen DeGeneres.
But while all the evidence points to Ellen being
DeGeneres?
awful, Adam Sandler is always highlighted as being incredibly kind. Take for example the
Adam
time
Sandler
he was
go.
refused a table at IHOP after the server failed to realize it was Adam Sandler asking. Embarrassed, the server shared the CCTV to TikTok, prompting Adam Sandler to meet with the waitress personally, while joking about the rejection by stating, "For the record, I only left the IHOP because the nice woman told me the all-you-can-eat deal didn't apply to the milkshakes," although fans were impressed for a slightly different reason. It's very humble of him to not assert that he's a celebrity and ask for special treatment. He acted just like a regular customer and didn't challenge anyone. I respect him for that, with his humble attitude extending to wedding photo bombs, and that time he randomly appeared for some chicken.
Hi guys.
No way. No way, you're joking.
He filmed a good chunk of Mr. Deeds in my hometown, and he was simply the nicest man ever. He would come out to sign autographs after a full 14+ hour day of shooting. Didn't matter how long the line was, he made sure every single person got to say hello.
Honestly,
He had time for photographs and chats with everyone in town, frequented all the local coffee shops and posed with employees. He seemed to really care and know how excited we all were to have a movie happening and always had a smile, although Adam's fans are the only people to talk very highly of him.
You guys love each other. Is that fair to say?
For sure.
Yeah. I hear each of you individually talking about the other in such fond terminology.
Yeah.
After Pete Davidson worked with Adam Sandler on Saturday Night Live, Pete went on to state he's just such a cool, nice guy. I can't explain how wonderful of a person he is. Just like caring and sweet and not full of crap, which is very rare to find. But while Adam Sandler's happy on-screen mood clearly extends to his personal life, Mike Myers from Austin Powers is apparently
Who the fuck is that? Oh, is that the bald
Twitter
dude?
users exposed Mike Myers as an absolute nightmare to work with. The article referred to a tweet reading, "Mike Myers had me fired off the set of The Love Guru because I made eye contact with him and I was there as his bodyguard." The tweet had been posted by a person named Jay Brody, who then expanded on the incident in a podcast.
You'll be basically guarding Mike Myers' trailer.
Michael
Like,
Myers,
here's the
bro?
catch.
I would not
Can't
guard a
look
guy
at it.
with
but
that
I realized,
name.
like, I can't let just anyone into the trailer. So I look up, I catch his eye for a second. I give him a nod to let him know I'm cool, and then I look away, and within an hour I get a phone call letting me know that I'm fired and I have to get off set.
Prompting others to give their own anecdotes about Mike Myers' terrible attitude. I was an extra in Love Guru and remember being told we can't make eye contact with Mike. When I tell people this, they
Don't make
believe
eye
me.
contact.
Thanks for confirming.
What?
People always wonder why there weren't more Austin Powers movies, but never realize how many stories there are like this about him.
That's so
Basically,
funny,
no
dude.
one wants to work with the guy, with one of these other stories coming from the set of The Cat in the Hat,
That
where
movie
Mike's
is so
co-star
bad.
Amy Hill stated his area was all covered with tenting because he didn't want anybody seeing him. It was so weird, it was just the worst, I was miserable. Hill also revealed how Diva Myers selfishly kept everyone waiting for hours, overruled the director, and even had someone standing by, just holding his personal chocolates in a dish.
Personal
it was just a horrible,
chocolates?
nightmarish
What?
experience, although people have only ever said the opposite about Steve Buscemi. Buscemi worked as a New York
I like that
firefighter
guy.
before
He's
quitting to
funny.
pursue acting, although when the Twin Towers were destroyed on September 11, Buscemi walked into his old fire department to volunteer, working 12 hours a day for a week straight in the hopes of finding survivors. He called
did
his
not
old
know that about
firehouse,
him.
then
That's
receiving
crazy.
no reply, headed to the site, where he found his former engine company. I asked if I could join them, he said, adding I could tell they were a little suspicious at first, but I worked with them that day. It was a privilege to be able to do it. It was great to connect with the firehouse I used to work with, and with some of the guys I worked alongside. Note, this was in 2001 after he was already extremely famous from movies such as Fargo, yet according to an independent article
Never
on
seen
his
that movie.
volunteering, very few photographs and no interviews exist because he declined them. He wasn't there for publicity. Wouldn't you think you were hallucinating if Steve Buscemi helped you out of the rubble? What a great humble guy, with a Reddit comment then offering a slightly more personal story. I used to serve him all the time and he never once was a diva. Always had a smile on his face, and I mean I don't even think he once had a complicated order. He always ordered the most simple thing on the menu.
How can you
and always
validate
tipped
some guy on
20%,
Reddit, bro?
Not to mention Buscemi gets extra credit for being close friends with Adam Sandler. However, it seems Jerry Seinfeld was left out of the party, given every clip of him I've seen outside of his shows is just him being an unlikable douche with an ego the size of a small country.
Wait, is he-
This sentiment began with a Larry King interview from 2007.
I went off the air. I was the #1 show on television, Larry. Do you know who I am? 75 million viewers.
When I was a kid,
I
we
didn't like
used to
that. I
get
tried
the
watching
best
Seinfeld. I didn't
gifts.
like it that much.
I remember one year I got a real parachute, then a real set of crutches. But
What
you
is
know
this
one thing you
advertising?
wouldn't give a kid even
What
back
am I?
then?
What is this
A
advertising?
lottery ticket. Yeah, people weren't
Lottery
crazy.
tickets, bro. The fuck?
Last episode.
What? You don't
Was
take
like
it so
10.
bad.
Well, that's the big difference between being canceled and being #1.
Okay, I'm sorry. Being
I tried watching the
Listening
show.
here
It was
for
good.
me.
I don't know. I wasn't interested.
Although this attitude extends into other moments like the time
I didn't know
when
his
Jerry
name was
Kesha
Seinfeld.
Oh, thanks. No, thanks. No, thanks. Yeah, no, thanks.
L.
I don't know who that was. Yeah, it was Kesha. Okay.
Jerry then offered no apology for rejecting
Okay.
her.
I don't hug a total stranger. I have to meet someone, say hello. I need to know, who are you?
No,
and
I
she was
really-
very nice about it. We laughed about it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you hug her afterwards?
No.
No.
Leading Kesha to change her mind about him for pretty obvious reasons.
Because he didn't give you a hug.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh my God. Are you friends with him?
I am not.
Okay, we're good. It was like the saddest moment of my life.
Jerry also
Bro,
has a
just
reputation
'cause your
for
favorite
destroying
celebrity doesn't give you a hug.
paparazzi.
The worst place, like you bomb. I'm sure comics go through all the time. Another very weak question.
And after Lady Gaga was moved to his luxury basketball box for acting rudely at a game, he had this to say.
This woman's a jerk. I hate her. I can't believe they put her in my box, which I paid for. This is what you give people the finger and you get upgraded? Is that the world we're living in now?
Hysterical, I love him!
Jerry Seinfeld's meanness definitely has a charisma to it. However, if you're wanting a more humble type of charisma,
Nobody
then we have to talk
Post
about
Malone,
Post Malone. With entire compilations dedicated to him treating other people kindly, there are almost too many wholesome
Bro,
moments
Keanu
to
Reeves
choose
has got to
from.
be on here, bro.
This is awesome.
Man, I love Post Malone, bro.
I love you too. Thank you. Cool hat.
There was that time he went out of his way to greet a 21-year-old having his first beer, or that time he gave his $5,000 guitar
his first
to
beer,
a
bro.
fan after a concert.
You want a guitar? Yes! It's like a $5,000 guitar, so you have to promise me. You gotta promise me that you're gonna take care of it and play it. Okay?
I mean, that'd be Post Malone, bro.
Post Malone treats paparazzi in the opposite way to Jerry Seinfeld.
Boss, I want you to know that I really like your music.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
He makes some fire
Can you say hello to
music. He
Nicole?
got some fire music.
Hi, Nicole. Love you guys.
And when this fan somehow made it past security, Post Malone hugs the guy and treats him respectfully before he's taken off the stage. In a different instance, Post Malone let a fan come on stage to play the guitar part in Stay, and it's therefore no surprise that fans have told anecdotal stories such as, someone in a similar thread said Post moved into his brother's street and went and introduced himself to all his new neighbors and invited them for a barbecue. Genuinely sounds like an awesome guy. I believe this 100%. He had a party at an Airbnb or something a few houses down one from my group's Airbnb, and he legit went around the
Bro, my
cul-de-sac
shit is,
himself,
like,
inviting
staticky.
everyone to the party.
I don't know if
He
you guys
also
hear
spent
that
the
static,
entire night
but
moving between
sorry if you
groups,
do.
chatting and generally being a phenomenal host and ensuring everyone had a blast. 10 out of 10 dude. But while
10 out
nobody
of
has
10
anything
dude.
negative to say about Post Malone, it seems nobody has anything positive to say about Chevy Chase. Remember
I did
when
not know
Pete
people didn't
Davidson
like this
praised
guy.
Adam Sandler earlier in the video? Well, Pete had the opposite to say about Chevy Chase, stating, "He's a fucking douchebag. I hate that dude. He's just a genuinely bad racist person and I don't like him."
Okay,
Chevy Chase was
let him
fired from
cook.
Community after calling Donald Glover the N-word, not to mention before the firing, Chase was simply difficult to work with.
He was someone that did not want to be there for the hours that we were keeping. He sometimes could be in not great moods.
Earlier in his career, Chevy Chase had gotten into a fist fight with Bill Murray, and while interviewing Robert Downey Jr., Chase stated, "Didn't your father used to be a successful director? Whatever happened to him? Boy, he sure died, you know, he sure went to hell." It's therefore no surprise that even Will Ferrell stated, "The worst host was Chevy Chase." Yet Chevy Chase foolishly claims that all criticism is just jealousy.
Did you just say that writers writing anything negative is jealousy? Yeah, I did. What kind of jealousy? I'm funnier than them? Yeah, I guess maybe. I'm considered good looking? Yeah, there you have it.
It seems Chevy Chase needs a lesson on humility.
We got a
Who
little
better
bit of
to
an
teach
ego.
it than Shaquille
W
O'Neal?
Shaq.
You gotta humble yourself.
He's so
It's all about
funny.
Humility. And that's why I am
I love
where I
Shaq,
am
bro.
now. I humble myself. I don't look down on people because they're lesser.
Back in 2011, Shaq had hit rock bottom. He'd retired from basketball, divorced from his wife, and had no idea where his life was going next.
I was lost. 76,000 square foot house by yourself. No kids. Go to the gym. Nobody playing in the gym. You go to their room. Nobody's there.
It was during this period that Shaq's mom Lucille gave him some advice.
And then the queen, Dr. Lucille O'Neal, said, "Hey man, I don't know you no more. You need to humble yourself." And when mama talk, a true man listens.
After which Shaq began working on becoming a better person. He'd state, "The day I killed the narcissist Shaq is the day my kids text me, 'Hey daddy, I miss you.' Bro, when I got one of those texts, man, I actually cried then. I didn't know what to say. After I got that love from them, I said, you know what, I'm not gonna be the asshole Shaq no more. Cause I was an asshole and I lost everything. The day I released all that me, Shaq is the day the blessings opened up. As a result, Shaq's been trying to create a fairly unique legacy.
Talk about legacies. I want mine to be one sentence. Shaq was a nice guy.
Which has been aided by his random acts of
W
kindness,
Shaq, bro.
purchasing bikes, shoes, and laptops for less fortunate children. It seems the only people Shaq won't give money to are his own kids.
Because I believe in respectable nepotism. You get all A's this next semester, you can get whatever you want. So he gets all A's, and I was like, go to the dealership and pick one. Then I get a call from Tesla. I said, man, you better take your ass across the street to Honda.
But while Shaq is an obvious choice as a nice celebrity, someone you might not expect to be rude is Bill Nye the Science Guy.
What?
I met Bill Nye
Bill
as a
Nye?
kid, he was the biggest asshole I've ever met. It was a huge letdown after watching his show so often in class. My science teacher from 7th grade told us she had an explanation for why she tried to show us as few Bill Nye videos as possible. I believe she said she attended either a science workshop or an event for teachers where Bill Nye was there, and he was completely rude to her and dismissed her the whole time. Bill's dark side
like, this
becomes
guy's just
pretty
taking a
obvious
lot
when
of
he
this
debates
stuff
other
from Reddit.
scientists. However, it seems he becomes the meanest
I mean, I
when
guess he's
talking to
the
his
real
most popular
stuff too, but
demographic.
I don't think Reddit is
kids.
most
Bill
reliable
Nye came to
source.
visit my university. I was sorely disappointed. Bill Nye relied on sexist jokes to relate to the crowd. He kept complimenting women's legs and saying weird stuff about how sexy women are. He was trying to be relatable, but was sorely mistaken, as he faced a crowd of driven female engineers and scientists. He
Let
went
me
on
read a
about
room,
climate
bro.
change and basically insinuated that we could be the policy changers, while the real scientists did the real work. I couldn't believe how much my views of him were falling apart as I watched him pander to students he clearly didn't care about. I later heard that he wouldn't speak with students, only professors, with this anecdote following the very common theme of Bill Nye was my hero until I heard him talk. Although thankfully Keanu Reeves is the perfect balance between
Best
good
celebrity,
and evil.
bro.
While filming the second two Matrix movies, Keanu Reeves chose to give up $75 million worth of his movie earnings, instead redirecting the money to the special effects team who he said deserved it more. Even then, this might not have been his most charitable act whilst filming, as a Reddit user stated, a family friend
A
builds
Reddit
movie
user
sets,
stated.
doesn't design, is one of the poor dudes that just builds. Anyways, he worked on the set for The Matrix, and Keanu heard about family trouble he was having and gave him a $20,000 Christmas bonus to help him out, although money isn't the only thing that Keanu has given up. In 2011, he was candidly filmed giving up his seat on the New York subway, and 3 years later in 2014, he waited patiently for 20 minutes in the rain outside the rap party party of his own film Daughter of God after a mix-up because he didn't want to cause a scene. He didn't say, "Hey, I'm Keanu Reeves," or "Yo man, this is my party," once to the bouncer, and the owner of the club was horrified when he found out afterwards that the actor was standing in the rain. It's therefore no surprise that there's an extremely popular subreddit dedicated to Keanu Reeves being awesome, although if there's one person who could offset this kindness with meanness, it's definitely Ellen DeGeneres. Right now, we all need a little kindness.
I used to watch the Ellen show all the time
Ellen
when I was a
DeGeneres
kid.
always talks about. She's also notoriously one of the meanest people alive. Respond to this with the most insane stories you've heard about Ellen being mean, and I'll match everyone with $2 to LA Food Bank. This was the tweet that started her downfall, as nobody could have expected how bad the responses would be. When I was 15, the Ellen Show was doing a contest of fans making a bust of her and sending it to her. I worked so hard on this and even wrote her a letter. Weeks later, she used it as a prop in a game and gave it away to a random person with $500 attached to the bottom. Working for her, I was instructed that I can't look her in the eye and never ever say hi to her first. But don't worry, she definitely won't be saying hi to you in the first place. She creates the most toxic environment for her staff. I worked at Real Food Daily, served her and Portia at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I'd worked till closing the night before, and this was the next morning, almost got me fired. Chris Pontius stated on Steve-O's podcast that he wasn't surprised to hear these anecdotes.
It's crazy that all this stuff's come out, like, about Ellen being mean, because when I met her, I thought she was really mean, like, and she's like, "So what do I gotta do?" And she's just pissed to be there, and then she comes out on stage and she's like all like funny, nice Ellen, you know, like the person that they think she is.
And apparently neither were the 10 employees who came forward 4 months later to expose her terrible working environment.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is. We were told from the very beginning, don't talk to Ellen, don't do this, you can't go into her office. It was very nerve-wracking, very stressful. We all walked on eggshells all the time.
As a result, Ellen took a 14-week hiatus, returning with a pretty standard apology.
Sometimes I get sad, I get mad, I get anxious, I get frustrated, I get impatient, and I am working on all of that.
However, this failed to ensure a returning audience, as in May 2022, Ellen's show was cancelled completely.
Woo! I'm not. Alright. Well, that was that video. So YouTube, if you guys enjoyed that video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, or comment like other videos you want me to react to, or games you want me to play, honestly, because I know this isn't a gaming video, but I still need stuff to do for content and just for fun. Yeah, make sure to like, subscribe, go follow the Twitch. We're live over there all the time doing this random stuff. Go join the Discord if you want. You know, yeah, that was a pretty interesting video. It was kind of some of the actors I was not expecting to be on the meaner ones, but definitely opened my eyes a little bit. No, yeah, go subscribe to Sunny V2W. He makes amazing videos, and yeah, see you guys next one.